Hey, how's it going, everybody? We're back. So, welcome back to the Lunch Bunch. We're here on a Monday, what is it, January 22nd, 2024. I haven't gone to Streeterville in a while here on YouTube, so we'll head over in that direction towards the Ogden slip. Sandra, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in there. And let me get the camera straight here. We're always fudging with the camera here. I don't know why it always leans to one side here, but so we got about 30 degrees. We're up to 30 degrees. That's about the warmest it's been in well over a week. And the snow's starting to melt here on the sidewalk. Let me put my glove on here, and we'll let everybody else start to find us here. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for giving me a break there on Friday. Appreciate it, because the cold weather was taking a toll. I don't want to make myself sick. And speaking of that, it's starting to it's like a little freezing rain. It's so weird that it was colder this morning when I walked in. It was like, my phone said it was 25 degrees and it was raining this morning. Now my phone says it's 30, and we're getting this little ice balls within the precipitation here. But we're on Michigan Avenue here in Chicago, 30 degrees. We're just after the noon hour here, 12:01. And we'll cross the street because no one's making a left here. Hey, Alyssa, how's it going? Oh, thanks for asking about my pinky. Yeah. And Amber, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, thanks, Lunch Bunch. Yeah, if you missed it this morning, I was... Thanks, Alyssa, for asking. Yeah, I was walking. I was over on Armitage. And, of course, I was filming Gaya's Fondue restaurant across the street. There's a cleaners right there, a dry cleaners on Armitage. And, you know, outside their entry, because it's Old Town, it's an old storefront, they had a 6-inch little raised concrete step that protruded out into the sidewalk. And I'm filming across the street, I'm pointing, and my foot caught that thing, and I took a tumble and broke my fall with my pinky. My pinky's doing fine. I cleaned it out, put disinfectant in it, and just fortunately the bleeding stopped. I did not break anything. It's just a little ouchy, and compared to what Marty and Sarah and everybody else is dealing with, that's nothing. So it could have been worse. I was worried about my phone and my gimbal, which are working fine. So hey, Anna Marie, Ellis, Ginger, Sharon, doing good. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in here. Welcome back, Lunch Bunch. Yeah, we're cruising along another week here. We're already back to Monday, back to work, and I'm gonna get really busy at work here. We got a lot of stuff coming up here, so I'll get a nice lunch walk in for us here. And what was I gonna do? It was something I was gonna do here. Oh, I was gonna move up the comments here. Jonathan, I missed you there. Checking in, everybody. Thanks for tuning in there. May, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in and understanding. Let me have a day off there on Friday for the Lunch Bunch. Appreciate it. We're back at it here. Yeah, we'll head over that direction. We'll go over towards the Ogden slip. We haven't been there in a while because it's winter time and not much is going on there. But there's talk of, remember where the Calatrava Spire site was, the giant drill Calatrava. It was supposed to be a giant 2,000-foot, super tall skyscraper. Well over 15 years ago was planned in that area. The foundation was built, and it's wow, there's a lot more. When I walked by here, this is Chicago River, when I walked by here this morning, this ice was not here, at least on the other side. And now there's like a giant ice flow. Some ice must have broke loose or something. And this is the most ice I've seen on the Chicago River. And when you saw it this morning, we filmed it looking the other way, and there was hardly any ice. But I guess we're heading across the Michigan Avenue Bridge here. We got about 30 degrees. It's kind of raining. And so the rain's going to begin. We're back into the, yeah, thanks for making sure I was okay. Marilyn, Brandon, hello. Brandon, I hope you're enjoying your day off there. And hey, some people are heading across the bridge here, and that's great. And yeah, I'm heading your way, Brandon. I'm going to go over towards the Ogden slip there. We were talking about the Calatrava Spire site. Man, it's a little slick. It's a little slick here. Look at the river with the ice there, looking towards the St. Regis. But there's talks of building 2 new residential towers there over by DuSable Lakeshore Drive. Here's Jean-Baptiste Point DuSable statue here, or the bust of him, right next to the Apple Store. That's where his house was. We talk about that. Michigan Avenue. And let's go look at that site, because there's a giant hole there from when they did start digging a foundation 15 years ago when they were going to do the Calatrava drill bit site. That's what I call it. And now there's talk of reviving that project and building 2, not as tall, they'll be under 1,000 feet tall, but 2 residential towers. They'll be able to be clearly seen from Navy Pier. And we'll see if it actually goes forward now, finally. Here's the Apple Store. Yeah, we're next to you. We'll say hello when we go by there. Yeah, we'll go over here by the Apple Store. It's kind of rainy, drizzly, so it's a good day to, yeah, just stay inside. But of course, you can wave from the balcony there. Whatever you want to do. There's some people at the Museum of Ice Cream. I'm amazed. There's people at the Museum of Ice Cream. There, they're taking some pictures there. We don't want to photobomb there. It'll get you a nice view of the Wrigley building back to the whole. Look at that. That's a nice view. I gotta be careful now. I'm gonna be making sure I don't trip again like I did this morning. I gotta be careful walking backwards. But there's people at the Museum of Ice Cream. Wintertime, January, Chicago. People are lining up to go to the Museum of Ice Cream. That's nice. Hey, Daryl from Burbank, Illinois. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Thanks for being part of this. Yeah, it's not the belt, it's the pink rope. The pink velvet rope here. That's nice. Must got something going on today. There's the Booth School of Business, University of Chicago. They got a little building, a nice building here, right here behind Pioneer. There's Brandon. Say hello. The Optima, these great towers there. There's the NBC. And yeah, see, there's planned to be a super tall residential building here. It just never goes forward. And I've seen renderings for it, and you see how they haven't started on it. And you see how the back of the residential that they added to the Tribune is right there. But we'll see if that ever goes forward. It's capital builds up, and yeah, I get to try to get a lot of ice cream inside. Yeah, there you go. See, look, say hello to Brandon. Thanks for tuning in there. Yeah, Brandon got us to the top of that building. If you go to YouTube, or no, TikTok. If you go to TikTok, we got a nice TikTok up there. You can see the moon in between the Sears and Trump Tower. And it was beautiful. It's amazing, the skyline views, the amenities in that building. And so, yeah, I'm glad. I hope you have a good, hope it's your day off there. And we'll head over towards the Ogden Slip. There's a bowling alley. Maybe we'll go inside. Maybe I'll go inside that bowling alley, show you there's like an arcade up there and a movie theater. And there you can clearly see the underneath, the lower level of Illinois, the upper level, the multi-layered stack city that we always talk about here and show. It's so confusing. But, what else is going on here? Oh, that's cute. Yeah, see, get the nice rain. But I'm filming the snow because I bet you by the end of the week, all this snow is going to be gone. And then we got yellow snow. You got to watch out for the brown and yellow snow from the dogs. There's the Chicago. So a Chicago snow plow is salting the streets and going around the cul-de-sac in front of Brandon's place here, which is great, or the roundabout. Look at that. It's got a full Full load of salt right there is a Chicago Streets of Sand salt truck. And we're still in winter. Krista, how you doing? Richie B, Deep South, that's great. Yeah, I got relatives that live in Texas and Florida. And we're all connected here, so we'll head over. We'll head down the steps here, and we'll cross the wide Columbus Avenue here in Chicago. See what's happening over by the Ogden Slip. There's a Planet Fitness over here. Well, yeah, I'm all right. I gotta make sure I watch where I'm walking so I don't take another tumble like I did this morning. Everything's okay. Could have been much worse. So here we'll head down the street here. So you see, you can look back, you can see, look at that beautiful view to the Tribune, the Wrigley building right in front of the Trump Tower. The Trump Tower is in the clouds at the top. And we'll head down these stairs. There used to be an escalator, but that escalator only lasted a few months and it stopped working. So, so much for an outdoor escalator concept in Chicago. There's not. I know LA has some outdoor escalators I've seen in the downtown, which is like even, you know, but Chicago, our weather, is just not conducive for outdoor escalators. They got some escalators to take you down into the subway. And so here we'll head across the street here. Yeah. Krista, the way I roll. Elena, thanks for tuning in here. Yeah, we can always complain about how cold it is, but relative to -10, we'll take 30 degrees and rainy any day. The wind really whipping down the street here. So, Monarch and Lion, this used to be a PJ Clark's. Remember, PJ Clark's was a bar restaurant. It's pretty much the same thing there. It's a nice bar restaurant right there, just rebranded it. I haven't been to it since it's the new thing there. I used to go to it when it was PJ Clark's, but that was years ago. And see this AMC Theater, bowling alley, and I think the bowl is called the 710 Split or something like that. We are walking Universal Studios. Yeah, I was thinking of the same thing. Universal Studios in California has outdoor escalators. I think along Hollywood Boulevard, some of those MGM things, and even downtown LA, some of the skyscrapers, because downtown LA has some hills to it. Man, this is slick here. As it transitions to the Granite, it's really slick. That goes into the movie theater. Well, I'm gonna see if I can make it to the Ogden Slip before I gotta make sure I'm back at work before 1 o'clock, because my boss is in the office and we're gonna meet, talk about something after lunch, so I want to make sure I'm back. But there's a Walgreens over here. We're heading towards Fairbanks, and or they actually call it McClurg. They call it McClurg Court. McClurg Court. Actually, we already passed Fairbanks because Columbus becomes Fairbanks. Here's a Walgreens. There's a real yellow taxi. They still exist. It's a nice ADA accessible one there, van. And there's a Target over here. They're everywhere. It used to be something else. And we'll head over to this there's a nice little dog park over here. Let's see what it looks like in the snow. But welcome to Streeterville. Lots of residential housing, lots of high-rise condos, luxury apartment buildings with nice amenities. See, they got some shopping. I'm sure that Target has a grocery in it. And yeah, here we'll head across. We'll go to the Ogden Slip here. Look at that view to the St. Regis Jeannie Gang's building there. It's scraping the clouds there. It's back where we came. Mattress Firm. Mattress Firm. There's the Target store truck. See how you can look up to the Furniture Mart right there? Remember we went inside there, look at these high-rise condo apartment towers here. And we'll head across McCurg at Illinois Street. It's looking north. Look at that view to the St. Regis. And so there's the Target dog on the truck, and there's the Target dog in real life right there. That's awesome. How you doing? Yeah, take a little nap. Treasure Island there. Yeah, it's the Treasure Island, McClurg. There's many shopping options. That's good. Yeah, Brandon knows all about that. There's Treasure Island, Target. What's the other one? Jewasco or Whole Foods. There's all kinds of stuff around here. I don't know. I might have said those things wrong. Here's Winter's Jazz Club. Sometimes people ask me about Jazz Club. Most people don't know there's a jazz club over here in Ogden Slip here, Winter's Jazz Club, right next to the, there's a pizza joint over here. Robert's Pizza's over here. Pinched on the river. You get some cruises. But, so this is what we're talking about. So, this is the Ogden Slip. You see how ice is filling in. They build these, you know, Darren Monroe lives over there, Brandon lives over there. There's over here where see that crane. Let's go over there and take a look at it. I see evidence that they're starting work again on the foundation where it used to be that was going to be the site of the Chicago Spire, Calatrava, back in before the Great Recession. They wanted to build a 2,000 foot tall, super tall. It looked like a drill bit. It would kind of spiraled around there. It was real tall and slender. But the project fell through. Here's Robert's Pizza and Dough Company. Oh, they still got Christmas stuff out here. You can come out and sit and buy the Christmas trees here. Robert's Pizza here, next to Winter's Jazz Club here, Ogden Slip, Streeterville, Chicago. We got 30 degrees, 12, 16. Look at all those balconies they added. This was a big warehouse when, you know, this was a long time ago, like Lakers would come over here, and this was like an industrial slip for boats, you know, loading up goods that take across the Great Lakes. Now it's largely switched to be just a pleasure boat slip here. It's left over. But see that empty area where that crane is, there's talk of reviving the site and building 2 residential towers. They're not going to be as tall. They'll be under 1,000 feet tall, but there'll be 2 new residential high-rises right next to the planned DuSable Park there. And they'll have spectacular views to the lake, Navy Pier skyline, and the mouth of the Chicago River next to these buildings. And there's Dorita Fine Art Gallery right here. And this is pretty nice. Look, there's Vincent van Gogh with his ear there. And look at these beautiful paintings here they got. Right here on the Ogden Slip here. Hey, how's it going, Simbasu? The way I roll, yeah. Robert's Pizza, good. There's a good testimonial. Yeah, we got to hang out. We'll hang out. Don't worry. You know me, I'm a recluse. You know, it's so weird. You know, I'm very thankful and happy that people enjoy my content, and we've all look. I'm pretty much an introvert. We've talked about this before, and this is good. It forces me to get out, meet good people like Brandon, and hang out and get out of my little, what is that, you know, my little man cave there, my apartment. You know, I could spend hours and hours and hours alone. It's so weird that, you know, I live stream and enjoy talking to everybody virtually here. There's the, look at that. This is the Calatrava site. There was supposed to be a 2,000 foot tall Calatrava tower there 15 years ago. It fell through. And over 15 years ago, there's talk of reviving that site, building two new residential towers right there. There's DuSable Lakeshore Drive, and you see there's where we're at there. There's the St. Regis. This is the Ogden Slip here. And so if that construction crane shows me that they're starting foundation work on that big giant hole there, it's like a circular hole. And they're going to start, we'll see if this summer this starts to come out of the ground. Annette, how's it going? Elena, Tara, yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. The lunch bunch is back. We're over here on the Ogden Slip here. We got 1219. Of course, We got some drizzly rain. There's a really good view of the, yeah, that's the former Calatrava site there for the Chicago Spire. That fell through in the Great Recession, 2008, 2009. It's a big giant hole there, a circular hole. You can see it if you look down from DuSable Lakeshore Drive. And now they're going to build, there's planning that it's going to, looks like it's moving forward. They're going to build 2 new residential high rises, about 50 stories, 50, 60 stories right there. And you see how they're filling in these last parcels nearest the lake, because it's the most expensive property, and that's why they save them to the end. I'll go up the stairs here. We'll walk down. Let's look in there. Since I came over here, we'll document it and post it, and so other people can tune in here. I got to hold on to the railing. I don't want to take a tumble again. I'm very, yeah. The railing, it feels like icy on the railing, but fortunately the steps aren't too bad. There's the Ogden slip here. Yeah, there we go. See, look, there's construction workers in there. So let's take a look at this. So welcome to Chicago. We're underneath DuSable Lakeshore Drive. This is the, see, it's multiple levels here. They've been working construction on the bottom of DuSable Lakeshore Drive here for a while. Here's a great view of the Ogden slip there. Look at that boat slip. And here's the road. Here's the road where you can get down in there. They got the gate open. So construction area, do not enter. Okay, I'm just going over to the wall here. And look at that. So you can clearly see. So thanks for tuning in. Welcome to Chicago. You see that circle there? That's the foundation. That was supposed to be the foundation for the Calatrava Chicago Spire. It was supposed to be 2,000 feet tall right here. Construction activity starting again. You see they're moving the tarp there. They got a construction crane. There's planned to be, they're used the foundation for this. They're going to build a foundation for another one. The Chicago River's right there. Here's DuSable Lakeshore Drive. Lake Michigan's that way. And hopefully over this summer and next year, we'll see 2 new towers start to rise right here. And look at this beautiful location. You can see the Tribune Tower, the Lowe's. See, Brandon's place is right there. There's the Optima signature right there. That green, that kind of aqua one there. That's the Lowe's. This is the stuff in Streeterville. Yeah. There's another account with my content under Bob. Is Bob stealing my content? Bob better not be stealing my content. I know Bob. I'm friends with Bob. But thanks for tuning in. Yeah, sometimes people take, well, man, it's good to have backup. So maybe he's just backing up my content there. Maybe he's making money off it. That's good. Thanks, Annette. I'll look into that. Yeah. Does anybody else know about... we know Bob. Bob's been part of the Lunch Bunch, I think, for a while. And I've been friends with him on TikTok for a while. So we'll be looking into that. And thanks for letting me know there. So how high in meters? Okay. So the 2 towers they're about to build, they're going to be about 800 feet tall in feet. So what, divide by 3, about 250 meters tall. They won't be over 300. 300 is like 1,000. So they're going to be like 250 meters tall. 2 towers right here. But like the St. Regis is over 300 meters tall. They'll be taller than this building. So this one's probably about 200 meters tall. And we're at the Ogden Slip here in Chicago. There's the foundation. You see the construction work going here. You can walk to the mouth of the Chicago River. I really don't want to. So well, okay, let's see if we can get a better view, because I don't get up on this sidewalk too much here. We'll walk over this way. Yeah, there you go, Brandon. There's an option for you. By the time this is built, maybe interest rates will drop down and you could buy a condo right here and be right next to this, you know, they always want to build a DuSable Park there, and you know they've been working on it for such a long. Look at the size of that construction crane there. They got a construction crane. There's the circular foundation of the former Calatrava site. You see how the construction workers are there. I'll keep you posted, so we can come back to this site as the year progresses and see if we start to see the buildings start to come out of the ground here. And yeah, Darren Monroe's right over there. You know, it's just what a great location here. So here, let's head back down here. What time we got? 12:24. So let's walk right down along. Look, it's dripping. It's dripping from the wet water here. And Rotterdam, you do that too. That's good. Yeah, you got all the reclaimed land in the Netherlands. Thanks for tuning in from the Netherlands. That's great. Yeah, you got many canals. See, we got, you know, it's we have Goose Island in Chicago, and the North Branch of the Chicago River splits there because they made one side of it a canal, you know, and we got the Sanitary and Ship Canal. We got the Cal-Sag Canal. We reversed the flow of the Chicago River. Just all these hydrological situations we got here. But here, let me hold on to the rail so I don't slip. Get the snow and ice off my boots here. But here's the Ogden slip, and that's what we were just looking at there. So welcome to Chicago. 12:25 in the PM, 30 degrees, slight drizzle, rain. Even though it's below freezing, I don't know how the air must be warmer. And I'm glad there's a railing here. If there wasn't a railing here, I wouldn't attempt it. I remember walking along this stretch before there was a railing, and you were always afraid you were going to slip into the water there. Look at they're aerating the water there. See the water bubbling up there? This is the Ogden slip. Yeah, there's a name for the project. I'll get that to you. I don't know off the top of my head. Yeah, we'll try to get to the architect and the name of it. If you just Google, all you got to do is Google Calatrava Chicago Spire construction site, and sort of according to news, there's some recent news articles in Cranes. Cranes is a local Chicago business magazine, and the Chicago Tribune and Sun-Times about that. And just like there's articles about the White Sox trying to explore a stadium in the South Loop as part of the 78 project. Look how ice is formed here. Ice is formed under the Lakeshore Drive Bridge here. We'll get a glimpse of Navy Pier. I'm not going to go out to Navy Pier because it's cold and dreary and wet and nasty, and we'll just see some boats here. But you see how this is the underneath of the bike. This is the bike flyover that I ride over sometimes when we ride in on the bike. You never walked this way before? Yeah, it's the secret way. It's the secret way to get to Navy Pier. You can walk from Ogden Slip. You can go right from Robert's Pizza and Winter's Jazz Club and walk underneath DuSable Lakeshore Drive and connect right to Navy Pier. It's a nice way to get there without having to cross the street there. And that's why I like showing this. And so here you see where we're at. This is where Ogden Slip connects to. There's the Coast Guard station there. That's the mouth of the Chicago River. Navy Pier's right over there. Instead of walking, I'm gonna walk this way. Well, let's go up on the bike trail here just a little bit, and so then we won't have to cross these streets here down underneath. So here's the Lake Point Tower. We'll get a nice view to Lake Point Tower. So we'll do Navy Pier some other time. I'll wait till we get warmer weather and a clear sunny day. I do go there in the wintertime, but not that often. There's usually not much going on. We went there before Christmas when they had holiday lights. We saw the Christmas tree ship, the ice cutter that hauled up Christmas trees. See, there's Navy Pier that way, the Ferris wheel. These steps connect up to the bike path. Give it a try. I know I don't have to do this, but you know, I'm going to be traveling for work next week, so I'm not going to be live streaming hardly at all next week because I'm going to be busy with work meetings and stuff. So I'm trying to get as much content in for you guys while I'm still here, and then I'll be back at February, and we'll try to do the we'll try to do the Chinese New Year parade there in Chinatown. And I guess the auto show's coming up. So we're on the bike path. This is the bike path. You see how it connects that way. And we'll take it right down. And then I'll cross back into the city. I'm gonna start heading back to work here because we got 12:30. Oh yeah, well, you know, it'll be warm enough. Yeah, you know, and the reason I have to be so, you know, it's not just government agencies. Corporations do not like TikTok. A lot of corporations do not like TikTok. They don't like the fact that I'm on TikTok. YouTube's much better, and that's why I'm on YouTube right now, and it's good that we got a YouTube backup. Corporations there's corporate spying too. It's not just government spying, there's corporate spying. And so if I work for corporations, you know, they don't want, I could get hacked for a corporate proprietary thing. You know, everything has value in this society. We know how stuff works, and the internet's a dangerous place. Here we'll go down the stairs here. But yeah, this is the bike flyover here, and we'll head down into this nice little park that connects to Olive Park. And see, there's Lake Point Tower, and Navy Pier's that way. I'll head right down underneath, and actually, instead of going that way, because that's not my favorite tunnel, I know it's a great way to get to the lake, we'll go this way. So I'll show the old way. Before they built this bike flyover, the bike path would end down here, and you would have to ride your bike and cross these very dangerous at grade, all this traffic coming off of Navy Pier and the Lakeshore Drive, and there'd be all the people walking to Navy Pier, and it was really dangerous. So here we'll head right across back into Streeterville here, and they're doing construction work there. Is that the water department? I don't know. Are they replacing a fire hydrant? I can't tell. They're doing something. Or no, it looks like a traffic sign. Yeah, someone hit a traffic sign. So there's the city at work replacing a traffic light that was hit by a car probably over the weekend, which happens a lot. People hit a traffic light and then they just keep on going, damages their car. Hey, that's good. That's how you went to Navy Pier. Yeah, most people go, you know, there's no wrong or right way to get it. There's several ways to get to Navy Pier. See how they made this sidewalk is actually raised above the ground there. It ramps down around there. Look how tall this building is. Woo. 50 plus stories here, this condo building. See, we're Grand Avenue, and USAVA Lakeshore Drive, all these high-rise residential high-rises here. And yeah, you can build a flyover in the Netherlands. I know you're a great biking country there. The Netherlands, Holland's such a great bicycle-friendly country, and it's nice to we get ideas. We learned many things. You know, when I moved to Chicago 25 years ago, there were no bike lanes. We had a bike path, but the bike path was shared with the runners, and it would get really crowded. And even though some people criticize the Citadel guy for leaving Chicago, he did donate a bunch of money so that the bike path could be separated from the running path, which is a really good thing that we got our jogging path separated from our running path here, or our biking path. And there's a park over here, I think, and we'll connect to that here. I worked there for many years. That's good. There you go. Yeah, Brandon, look, did you look that up? Did you search that? Those two new condo buildings. That's a good idea. See, I know you like this area. Isn't that nice? You like this area. You want to stay in Chicago, and I would like to live there too if I could afford it. But we'll have to see what it's like. See, Streeterville, this is what Streeterville mainly looks like. A lot of residential high rises, and there's some nice parks here. I'll show you this park here. They built this park on, there's a underground parking, and they got gates here because people let their dogs off the leash here. There's a dog park. It's called Bennett Park. We've gone through this before. So you just open the gate here. It's open when it's, please close the gate behind you for the dogs. And there's parking underneath this. There's a Bennett Park, Chicago. This is Grand Avenue. We're looking towards Columbus, Fairbanks. Or no, that's McClurg Court, I'm sorry. So, I wonder if I should go this way. Yeah, let's go this way. There's a playground. There's this tall condo building. Oh, nice. This is a nice sized playground right here. Look how they got on the terrace there. They got a amenity deck there for this residential building. You see this red brick building. This is that. We walked on the other side of this. So when the other side, that's the Ogden Slip. They call it Pinstripes, Bistro Bowling, Bocce Ball. They got bowling inside there. There's Pinstripes, so there's bowling there. Has anybody ever gone there? I haven't gone. I didn't realize there's bowling lanes right there. That's amazing. Yeah, the homeowner association fees are a lot, and that's why even if you can't afford the condo, I mean that's like more than some people pay for rent just for the monthly homeowner association fees. You know, pays for the doorman, your pool, parking, all kinds of amenities. See, here's the dog park. There's a dog park right there. We're in Bennett Park here, and so yeah, this is a very expensive area to live residentially, but a lot of people live here, so some people can afford it. And I know people always talk about how expensive the area I live in, Lincoln Park. Well, this is very expensive, probably more expensive to live around here. Hey, he's salting the sidewalk here. That's great. See, here's that dog park. There, he's salting the. There we go. Nice. There you go. You could afford it. That's good, Brandon. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad you're taking advantage of it. That's good. So you see, Bennett Park hours 6 to 9. Okay, we'll head back. So you see, we were here earlier. We're back by McClurg Court, where the Target is. So we'll head towards the river. Here's a nice dog. How you doing? And we'll get across the street here if we can. The streets of Streeterville, named after Streeter. He ran his boat aground here. We told that story many times. There's a statue to him just a block north there. We showed it before up there by the yoke. There's a statue to Streeter. He was quite a character. You can look him up. I think his name was George Streeter. Yeah, the third court. We work with interns. Had to rent from Northwestern University dorm room. Yeah, that's probably the cheapest option around here. You stay in the dorms there. And people crossing the street here. Yeah, the taxes are really expensive. Taxes, HOAs. I'm not trying to promote this. I'm not a real estate agent. I'm just someone that works and lives in Chicago and pays all this expensive stuff because, you know, I work for an architectural engineering firm, and positive, negatives, everything. That's why I don't have a car. All my money goes to taxes and high housing costs. But same with New York, same with San Francisco, even Miami, Florida. Everybody wants to live in Florida. Certain areas of Florida are really expensive. Other areas are more attainable. And of course the taxes are less in Florida, which is why a lot of people retire there. Same within Texas. But Texas can have high real estate, deceptively high real estate taxes, because people will be like, well, there's no state income tax, which you can save a lot if you still run a business or work for yourself, but then you'll end up paying it in real estate taxes depending on where you live. So it's all trade-offs. It's all hidden taxes, fees, inflation. You know, here we're heading down McClurg Court. Here we're heading towards St. Regis here. And so those two new buildings we were talking about, you'll be able to see them there as they rise up there. That's where they're going to fill in that void there. And that's where the Calatrava Chicago Spire was going to go. Yeah, it's much cheaper downstate. You go to Cairo, Illinois. Go to Carbondale, where the Salukis, Southern Illinois University, even Peoria, Champaign, where the University of Illinois is at. Go to the state capitol there in Springfield. The historic Lincoln homes there. And he ran his law practice there before he was president. But there's a few places he visited in Chicago. Of course, Lincoln Park's named after old Honest Abe there. And oh, that's a beautiful dog. How you doing there? So there's the lower levels. We walk down there sometimes. And across the street there. Yeah, the St. Regis, we'll get a good view of it. And look how it's scraping the top of the clouds there. So we got about 1,000-foot cloud cover because the St. Regis, this blue building designed by Jeannie Gang, is about 1,100 feet tall. And you see how the top 100 feet, the tallest portion there, is in the clouds. It's a city front place. Here's this fountain that Darren Monroe and I talk about all the time. It shoots a jet of water across the river, but it needs to be repaired, so they've been having it off for the last few years. So hopefully they'll get it back going so we can show it. This is the, I'll show the memorial name here. This is where McClurg Court takes a bend here. The Nichols J. Mellas, the Centennial Plaza and Fountain here. So 1889, 1989. Commemorating, I guess, when they reversed the Chicago River. I don't know if that's what's 1889, but that's not when the city was founded. The city was founded much earlier. But here we're along. There's Lizzie McNeil's. So remember this, in March when they dyed the river green, last year I stood up there, and this is the area where they start to dye the river green for St. Patrick's Day in March. Lizzie McNeil's, they'll have the bagpipers, which are Scottish, but they also use them for Irish heritage. And the Lizzie McNeil's will be sitting full when they dye the river green. There'll be a lot of festivities going on here. Irish bar here, Irish pub in Chicago, and right near this is the Sheridan. And we'll go here, Riverwalk. We'll cross Columbus. What time we got? 12:42. We're doing good. I'll be able to make it back. So I got to make sure. This is where it's really dangerous because you see how it starts to angle down, and if this is slick, you'll just start sliding to the lowest gravity point. But here, let's look at the ice here. Let's look at the ice flow. Here's the Chicago River. The ice is breaking up, and this ice was probably down there. The river flows this way, so it's amazing. Like this morning, I didn't see ice over by the Trump Tower, and now all the ice is here in the Chicago River, but this will probably melt this week. So here's the ice flows, and I would not dare go out there. It's too dangerous. How's it going? Yeah. Lizzie McNeil's, yeah, I know, the Irish. It always, it cracks me up that, during St. Patrick's Day, I worked with a guy, great guy. I was on a softball team with him. We played 16-inch softball. His name was Steve McDowell, and he was African American. His last name was McDowell. And many African Americans have Irish names that goes back to, just like Harold Washington, his last name was Washington. George Jefferson, on the Jeffersons, it goes back to, just watch Roots, the old sitcom, and he was always joking. He goes, yeah, I got an Irish name. It's great for St. Patrick's Day, and Steve McDowell, if you're watching, I miss you, Steve. I used to work with him. He works for another firm, a great computer engineer. But yeah, it's amazing, the anglicized names, and even, I have German ancestors that would anglicize their names. It'd be like, Hornbach or something, and they would change it to like Horn. They would like you know, I had a Norwegian ancestor. His last name was Kjørnsbæk, Kjer, whatever, and they changed it to Hansen. He didn't go through Ellis Island. He went through like Boston, but literally, he changed his name when he immigrated. And I know that a lot of people say some people, it's very rare, but he actually did it. He changed his last name because I met my long lost Norwegian relatives. They visited me here in Chicago. It was great. I showed them around. And they said, you know, his name should have been Kjørnsbæk, but he came to the United States, he changed it to Hansen, the son of Han, Hansen. And there were so many, you know, they kind of like anglicized it, made it look more American or British, you know, and it happens with all people's names, you know. It's just, that's why Malcolm X was like, I'm Malcolm X. He said, my last name's not my real last name, you know. Every once in a while you'll watch Lewis Gates. Lewis Gates had LeVar Burton on there. Lewis Gates they had Wes Studi. Wes Studi's a Cherokee, a Native American, and they were talking about him with his name, you know, and yeah, how do you get that name, you know? It's just, there's some like, we're going underneath the, oh, look at the snow coming down from the, oh man, oh, so that wasn't snow, that was salt. That was salt. There was a salt truck going across the Columbus Avenue Bridge, and we just got peppered with salt. Did you see that? I guess you could hear it. I could see the salt coming down. So a Chicago salt truck just drove across the Columbus Avenue Bridge there and was laying down salt, and it fell through the holes in the grate there. And it was salting the river. They're salting the river. That's great. Did you see that? Did you hear that? Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to cut that out. That's good. What was I talking about? We were talking about Lewis Gates. One of the tribal chiefs of the leaders of the Cherokee Nation in Oklahoma recently. Her name was Wilma Mankiller. There's several Cherokee surnames that are 5 killer, 6 killer, man killer, woman killer. Her last name was Mankiller, and she was, you know, the chief of the nation, a female chief of the Cherokee Nation of Oklahoma there, because of course they had to go there after the Trail of Tears, 1830, and same with the Potawatomi and all the Native Americans around here. I mean, that's why, you know, thanks for listening to me. I go on and on about history. We're all connected. You know, at least, you know, even throughout the world. Here's the Odyssey boat here. And we're heading up the river here, so so I guess I got to go back to Michigan now. I'll go all the way back to Michigan. We got 1247. We'll go all the way back to Michigan. I'll show how we'll pop right under the Apple store. See, look how the ice ends at the DuSable Michigan Avenue Bridge. And when I walked across this morning, I was looking west and I saw no ice. But if you look east, all the ice is east of the bridge here. And it's funny, it's just all in one spot. Yeah, it's not cold enough for you to get snow, isn't that? Yeah, I know. England, you get the warm currents there, and yeah, it's you know, that's why the old Charles Dickens novel back in the 1800s, England got a lot of snow, and now it doesn't hardly get any snow. Isn't that amazing? How you know, the little ice age, and you know, we get and you know, the suburbs like Michigan City got 3 feet of snow this weekend, but we hardly got any downtown, and it's so localized. But here, we'll head up here. Yeah, it gets diluted. Oh, it's been far worse. Yeah, you're right. So you see how the path gets really narrow when you go by this last little stretch here. That's where you catch the architectural tourboards. Where this is the Chicago River to our left. There's the London House and the 333 North Michigan building. You see the Trump Tower there and all the buildings along the Chicago River, Michigan Avenue Bridge there, DuSable Michigan Avenue Bridge. See how you pop right out at the Apple store. So see, you can get your shoreline. They got a shoreline ticket counter on this side. You can get water taxis on this side, get your shoreline boats. Here's the steps. You can go up behind, you can go inside the Apple store. I got that TikTok where we go right inside the Apple store here. So this is the bottom of the Apple store. The grandstand's above. See, they got this overhang right at the river here. Look at that nice view. See, I need to come down here more often. This is kind of nice down here. It's kind of protected. And then found some people at the Apple store. You can go right up these stairs. Oh, the snow's coming off the roof here. The roof looks like a giant MacBook laptop. And here's the Apple store here by the Chicago River. Wendella, yeah. Yeah, see, Wendella is a good option. I know there's Shoreline. They compete against each other. And, yeah, I don't know which one's better, which one's worse. I trust your good feedback there. So we're back at the Pioneer Plaza. We started here. There's the Wrigley building. Trump Tower to the left. We'll head right back across the river, get a nice view of the ice here. So, hey, thanks for taking a little tour back over to the Ogden Slip there in wintertime. I just mainly want to see. We confirmed there's construction activity for Brandon's new condo tower there. They're going to start building there where the Calatrava Spire site used to be. There's Jean Baptiste Point du Sable looking over the Chicago River. Louis, Marquette, and Joliet, and the Native Americans, Illini Confederacy, the Potawatomi. There's the skyline of the Chicago Loop, and there's the Chicago River with ice flow. We'll save this for posterity. January 22nd, 2024. We survived the first January cold snap. We'll see if we'll get another one later this month or February. Good walk, yeah. Thanks for being a part of it. Thanks for coming back to Lunch Bunch, and thanks for letting me have Friday off there. I appreciate it. We'll try to get as much live streaming as we can this week, despite the rain. Tomorrow night, Tuesday, tomorrow night, I got tentatively set up. The owners of the Green Door Tavern have reached out to me and said they'll give me a tour of the underground basement speakeasy bar. There's a hidden door, and they got all kinds of historic memorabilia from the Prohibition era when that was a real speakeasy, the Green Door Tavern. And that seems to be a pretty popular video, so I'll probably do a subscription-only comment. You'll be able to watch. Everybody will be able to watch for free. Wow, here's the Chicago mounted policeman. I'll be quiet here. And here's the Chicago River, and look how nice this is. We got the Chicago's finest there on horseback. This is a lucky find here every once in a while. How you doing, sir? It's great. And we'll cross the street here. We get the light here. And there's the mounted police there heading down Wacker Drive, just patrolling the area. Isn't that nice to see? And sometimes they stand in this area. Isn't that nice? Yeah. Here, I'll zoom in once I get across the street. I don't want to bring on the wrath of the look, here's the breathing. Hold on a second here. Here's the breathing apparatus thing, and once they leave there, we'll see the mounted horseback here. There's a reason I'm staying here. I want to catch the mounted policeman there on the horses there. We'll get some more footage there once this light changes. But yeah, the horses here. We'll as soon as this light changes, we'll zoom in and catch these horses here. I didn't want to just go right there and film them because I don't want them to be like, stop filming. you evil live streamer. Okay, the light's about to change here, so there's a reason. We're waiting for the left turn here. It's amazing how long the light flashes when you want to film something. There's some police on horseback right there. That's what I want to film right there. That's what I want to film. Look at the Chicago police officers on horseback right there. Look at that. Look at what a pretty scene that is there. Talking on the cell phone. See, they're live streaming right now. Look at this beautiful horses. Let's get the whole thing in there. There we go. Right, the Apple store is right behind us. So thanks for tuning in there. Hey, how's it going? Yeah. Okay, well, I got to get back to work here, so we'll start wrapping this up. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We had a nice lunchtime walk. Appreciate the lunch bunch. Thanks for tuning in on YouTube. And again, yeah, the Green Door Tavern. We'll try that tomorrow night on Tuesday. And Hey, it's a nice. Yeah, those horses are like, yeah, why do you make me go out in the rainy, cold weather? When, you know, with all these cars, you know, you gotta, you know, deal with all the sound and the noises, and you know, look at this thing. This thing drives around. They got a political message on here. You know, can't afford health care, okay. And but we'll probably be on TikTok tonight. Yeah, Tuesday night, tomorrow night, I'll be on TikTok. Hopefully go to the Green Door. We'll film that basement bar. If you miss it, I'll cut out the reruns. Don't worry. I'm interested to see it as much as everybody else. And we'll just do a subscriber-only comments. You'll be able to watch for free. You don't have to subscribe. I'm not trying to guilt anybody into subscribing. You guys already do enough just watching here, and most of your subscribers anyway. And or help me out in other ways. And just so I don't want to be down there. I want to be able to concentrate on what I'm filming. Hopefully talk to the owners. They can give some history and background. I don't think it'll be open tomorrow. It gets crowded down there when they're open on Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays when they got that open down there. So we'll go to the Green Door Tavern. Tomorrow night, it'll probably be raining, but I'll try to get over there on Orleans. It's next to Mr. Beef. And we'll see what's shaking over that way. So, yeah, put political messages on your vehicle. Anything to draw unwanted attention or people keying your car. I know, yeah, just as we enter a heated 2024 or 2024 election presidential cycle. So it's going to be a fun year. But hey, thanks everybody. And we'll talk to you later. Thanks, Tara. Thanks the way I roll in net, Sharon. Lisa, thanks for being on. Brandon, of course, thanks for being on. Christopher, and all the way back to May and Annette and Renee and Kurt, Elena. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Michael, and we'll look to Bob. I gotta see if Bob, what that site about Bob is. Yeah, we'll look into that. So we'll talk to you later. Have a great day from Chicago, and we'll see you on TikTok tonight. Thanks a lot, everybody. All right.